Welcome to part 4 of my function composition series. We are still doing the classwork, and I wanted to try number 11 and number 12 because they are somewhat different from the last 10 problems. So let's take a look at number 11. First of all, before we do number 11, I want to remind you what our functions that we're using. Our functions are going to be f of x, g of x, and h of x. So we're using 3 different functions this time, f, g, and h. Our function f of x is going to be 2x minus 3. G of x is going to be x squared. And h of x is going to be x minus 9. X minus 9. There we go. And the question is asking us to find h of g of f, all evaluated at x. So we're trying to find a function this time. What is that function going to be? It's going to be h of g of f. So what this means is I'm composing 3 different functions at once. So what is this going to look like? Well, the function on the left side goes first, right? So the h go first. And then the next function is g. That's going to go next. So g. And then the last function that we write down is f. That's going to go last. And f is going to be evaluated at x. So now I have 3 different sets of parentheses. So I've got to remember to close all 3 parentheses. So I'm going to close this one for the g of x, and this one for the h of x. Okay? So now let's work our way inside out. We're going to work our way inside out. What that means is we're going to start off with what's on the inside, f of x, and we're going to replace that with whatever it's defined to be over here on the left side. So I know that f of x is equal to 2x minus 3. So I'm going to replace f of x with 2x minus 3 and see what happens. So I'm going to have h of g of 2x minus 3. And I'll close this up and then close this one up. So now what do we have? We have h of g of 2x minus 3. So now let's keep working our way inside out. What we're going to do next is we're going to take the function g of x, which is right here, and we're going to replace every single x with a 2x minus 3. So let's do that. So when we do that, we get h of what? Well, I'm going to replace this x with a 2x minus 3. 2x minus 3, the quantity squared, because I have to square it for the g of x, and then I have to close up this set of parentheses. Okay? So what is 2x minus 3 squared? Well, if it's squared, that means I can write it twice, right? So if I have 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3, I can use the FOIL method to figure out what's going to be the end result, right? So the FOIL method says multiply the first 2 terms. When I do that, I get 4x squared. Multiply the outside 2 terms, I get negative 6x. Multiply the inside 2 terms, I also get negative 6x. And then when I multiply the last 2 terms, negative 3 times negative 3 is going to give me a positive 9. So the last thing I have to do in my FOIL method is I have to bring everything down, but simplify the 2 middle terms. They're going to add up to give me negative 12x. And I bring down the plus 9 after that. So that's what's going to be on the inside of this function h of x. So I'm going to have h evaluated at let me switch over to yellow. 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. I'm just going to put that whole expression inside there. Okay, and then close it up. Okay, so now what do I have? I have the function h of x evaluated at 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. What that means is I'm going to take this function h of x and I'm going to replace this x with whatever I have on the inside, that 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. So that's going to give me 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. And then I have a minus 9 at the end because that's what the function h is telling me. Subtract 9 at the end. Okay, so now I just need to simplify this and I'll be done, hopefully. What you will notice is I have a plus 9 right here. That's going to cancel out with this minus 9 right here. So my final answer is going to be 4x squared minus 12x. That's going to be my final answer for number 11. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to use that function to figure out number 12. Because number 12 says you want to evaluate that function h of g of f at the x value 2. So what that means is everywhere I see an x in this function, I'm going to replace it with a 2. So let's see what happens when I do that. I'm going to take that 4x squared, but I'm going to replace the x with a 2, right? And I'm going to have minus 12x, but of course I'm going to replace the x with a 2. And then we work it out. Order of operations, right? So exponents come first. 2 squared is going to give me 2 times 2, which is 4. So really it's going to be 4 times 4 minus 12 times 2. So when I do the multiplication, 4 times 4 is 16 minus 12 times 2, which is 24. And then 16 minus 24 is going to give me what? Negative 8, right? Nothing else I can do. So that's going to be my final answer, negative 8. So that's 11 and 12, and hopefully that'll help you out with the rest of the problems in that section. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.